Guys, we are here with Topps Chrome update number 10, dual case, a hobby. Hey, how you doing, Brian? Doing all right. Honestly, tired of watching Thursday night football games where the Steelers fucking lose to the Browns or somebody because the weather sucks. I mean, bad coaching by Tomlin. He went for it too much, but it's never fun to play an in-division game. Or there was a couple years ago where the Steelers lost to the winless. What they lost to the winless. I guess they weren't winless. It was last year. No, 2 years ago, when Mason Rudolph had to play a game, when Ben Roethlisberger's last year, Mason Rudolph had to play a game, and it was like pouring rain. Fuck, who do they play? They played somebody terrible when they lost. I watched the game in New Orleans because we were down there for a family friend's wedding, but I can't remember who they played. I was going to say... But yeah, it's always... This time of the year, the Steelers always lose a game to like a 2-8 team. It's dumb. But this time, though, I don't think that... I think if the weather's fine, I don't think they lose. Maybe they do, but... Yeah, that was, Myles Garrett should be in prison, but that's a whole different story. Like, literally tried to murder somebody. Like, actually tried to murder a person. But I'm trying to think who they played in the pouring rain where, like, it was just... That was a day game, though, that they lost to somebody. Last year they lost to, like, the Cardinals that were, like, 2-8. And Kyler Murray's, like, first game back or second game back. Yeah, Myles Garrett is, like, actually legitimately lucky that Mason Rudolph didn't end up paralyzed or in the hospital, because he would have actually went to jail. He got real lucky that Mason Rudolph's head's made of fucking steel. Or titanium, whatever. We have Lorenzen, Lee, Arenado, Junior Caminero, Cannon, Westberg. Gonna start us off with the Mariners, 115 out of 299 on the Brian Wu. Purple speckle. We have Munoz, Kopech, Aroldis Chapman, Gavin Stone, Merrill, Velasquez, Stratton, Hudson, Soderstrom, Eden, Foscue, Rodriguez, and McCutcheon. Gavin Stone. Tomorrow we'll post it'll be a single box of Gilded. I mean, if we fill it, I'll post another mixer, but the first mixer is going to be a single box of Gilded, 2 Jumbo Chrome update. We have Poly and 2 regular Chrome Jumbos. Not Hobby. Jumbo's a 2 Chrome update and 2 Jumbos Topps Chrome regular. We have Nastrini, Lee, Pook, Leisure, Arrays, Candelario, Roop, Parker, Skeens, Jacob, Munoz, Flaherty. We have PCA, Gavin Stone, Paredes. Victor Scott the second, 32 out of 99. Going to go to the Cardinals. We have Rosario, Loperfido, Wade Jr., Sheehan, Provar, Pham, Beck, Jared Jones, and Justin Turner. We have Brett Harris, Gavin Williams, Sauer, Yamamoto, Uwasawa, Azuna, Cade Smith, Paredes, Woods Richardson, Victor Scott II, Austin Martin, Stephen Kwan, Adahar, Dominguez, Wynn, Hurtubise, Frelick, Williams. We're going to have Cole, Justin Steele, Slayton, Victor Scott II, Polanco, and Matsui. Perez, Luciano. We have Kyle Manzardo for the Guardians, 143 out of 175 going to Austin Fishback. And the guards on the Manzardo. Aqua Blue Lava Lamp. Got Kyle Tucker, Juan Soto, Lawler, Lipscomb, Jose Altuve, CES, Shenton, Duvall, Henderson, Cowser, Crawford, Pilar, Gill, Sanchez, Hudson, Garcia. I have Contreras, Black, Podges, Hernaz, and Urias. Bowman Chrome University comes out, I believe. Does that come out tomorrow too? No, that comes out Friday, right? Formula One's tomorrow with Gilded. I do have Formula One. If anybody wants any sealed boxes, wants any personals, let me know. I do have a case of qualifying lap and a case of hobby. Oh, I can get you a price, KC. I think it's... If you go look on the website on Charm City Collectibles, it's already on the website. I can't think of the price off the top of my head. I believe the qualifying lap's $85, and I want to say a hobby box is $229. I think is what it's at, $229. I'll put it like 10 or 15 bucks cheaper than whatever David Adams was at. Also, why the hell people have jumbo boxes of fucking Top Chrome Update at $700 fucking dollars is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Most ridiculous shit ever. They are fucking trying to milk the fuck out of people. It's so bad. We have Kolick, Lorenzen, Lee, Holiday, Kikichi, Westberg, Nick Gonzalez on the purple speckle for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It'll be a 23 out of 299. That's going to go to Jacob. We have a Rays, Black, Hudson, Aroldis Chapman, Altuve, Mitch Spence, Paguero, Rodriguez, Wyatt Langford, Hauser, Espinal, Foscue, Corbin Carroll, Holton, Loper Fido, Leisure, and Davis Wenzel. But this is what happens whenever they scare the shit out of everybody with an account. What is what happens whenever it's so, like, I had to sign another, like, NDA or whatever. Not an NDA, an agreement saying, like, a MOA, pretty much saying I won't sell on DealerNet, I won't sell to other breakers in bulk. Blaze Alexander, Flaherty, Glasnow, Paredes, Munoz. So what happens is there's guys like Jacob who's watching the break, it doesn't have sound on, that can't find boxes anywhere. We have Kai Wei Tang, 46 out of 125. Other than buying them on the secondary market from like Dave and Adams or directly from Fanatics or wherever, or just some guy that bought a box from a thing to essentially flip it. That's going to the Giants. We have Podges, so it just escalates the price. Jordan Beck, Lamont Wade Jr., Will Smith, Matz, Sauer, Cannon, and Carrasco. Like, I just got done talking to Justin Bonita. He said he had to pay $5,000 for a case of Jumbos. That's fucking ridiculous. We have Carantini, Perez, Luciano, Betts. And the threat is if they catch you, they suspend your account for 30 days and don't let you. So, like, let's say, like, Bowman draft already got allocated, but let's say it didn't get allocated yet, right? Like, they didn't put any in my account. And Bowman draft is going to come out, like, next month. And let's say I sold a case to Jacob. We'll just use that example. And they caught me selling a case to Jacob. They'd suspend my account for 30 days, and I would have 0 Bowman draft. So, like, whenever that happens, it just fucks up the whole back end of the market. We have Pauly, Lipscomb, and they did the same thing with Hobby Shop, so I'm sure they, like, tried to frighten some people before the holidays. Logan Webb, Roop, Shetton, Duval, Colt Keith. The problem is a lot of other shops are a bunch of cocksuckers, so you can't trust anybody. We have Jacob Candelario, Pilar, Blake Walston, Gavin Son, and they have suspended like 3 or 4 people. We have Daniel Hudson, Garcia, Clase, Loper Fido, Podges, Kopech, Rogers, Ellie De La Cruz, Smith, Gavin Williams, and Riley Green. But that's kind of one of the reasons why the market's all over the place is because there's like no place for like a smaller breaker to get any product. We have Myers, Trevino, Austin Martin, Andrew Abbott, Jimenez, Victor Scott II. We got Jordan Beck for the Rockies on the radiating rookie. That's going to go to Richard Hammonds. And that creates no competition. And then you do have guys like the Bittman brothers and that damn big baseball group that are running the same break I just ran. And I'm sure they don't have allocation. But either way, like they're still running the breaks for like ridiculous price. We have Williams, Lindor, Eden, Velasquez, Polanco, and AJ Smith-Sauver. But that's why I'm always trying to tell you guys like why I always want to fill up more stuff and always try to run breaks, because the more I can buy from Topps, the more I get in the initial allocation, which means the more I can keep the prices down for at least us. So like I refuse to buy the hobby boxes they have in my account right now. As soon as Skeens is pulled eventually, which hopefully it happens in this group, but if it doesn't, well, as soon as Skeens is pulled in one of the 3 Jacksons, the price of the boxes will crash. Like all the hype behind, well, Bowman Draft might just hurt it in general. I don't think that Bowman Chrome Sapphire or Gilded Collection will hurt the hype too much, because still the Skeens is still alive, but if Skeens gets hit and one of the Jackson 3 gets hit within like a week or 2 of each other, the whole product will crash. 100%. Now, I'm not a huge fan of like product crashing in the sense of like, I don't think like 101, like a superfractor should change the price of like breaks or boxes or whatever, but in the sense of like, a lot of the hype right now is they're hyping up Skeens. It's the same thing they tried to do with Drew Jones a couple years ago with Bowman. With David Adams with that $1 million bounty that wasn't really a $1 million bounty. And what they tried to do last year with whose debut patch did they put a big bounty on? With Volpe's debut patch, right? I have never seen one in person. I mean, I could probably convince Brian Thomas to send me his so I can see one in person, but I've never seen one in person. Brian hit one in a different group. Brian Thomas, that is, but I've never seen one in person, no. He hit one last year, not this year. Casey Schmidt. It's okay. I was going to say, I got to go see how much inventory I have on Breakers Delight. I'll put up a Breakers Delight case that's well priced as well. We have PCA, Fetty, Christian Scott, Miller, Kakichi, Matsui, Justin Turner, Arenado, Paguero, Black, Urias, Flaherty, Spence, Hudson, Dakota Hudson, Schumann, Cattell Marte, Loper Fido, Hauser, Spees, and Junior Caminero. We have Tyler Holton, Clase, Bubik, Wyatt Langford, Blaze Alexander, Colt Keith, Bowers, Rafaela, Jaloff, Glasnow, Manzardo, Naylor, Matz, Aaron Getty. Oh, nice hit for the Yankees. 5 out of 10. Stratospheric Stars, Jason Dominguez on the black. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Jason Baker here on the hit. I was gonna say I'm gonna try to start posting like assuming we can fill well, because I don't want to also like overload a bunch of breaks. We have Machado, Trevino, Ellie De La Cruz, Alexander, Jared Jones, Tobias Myers, Noelvi Marte, Cruz, Jaron Duran, Eloy Jimenez, Gallo, Morel, and Snell. I'm gonna try to post like maybe 2 breaks in the afternoon at like the 12 and 1 slots like normal, since that's kind of been like the schedule to give them like all day to fill. And I think I'm going to try to start posting 1 break at like 6 p.m. when people get off of work, because I've heard that same complaint that like people's teams are not taking around 6, and they see they're like, oh, most of the teams are gone, I'm not going to even really look at the break. So I'm going to try to post at 2 different times. We have Lugo, Montez, Tang, Crochet, Simber, Dunn, Langford, Burns, Yamamoto, Jackson Merrill. We have Harper, Josh Jung, Cole Winn, Jankowski. We have Ryan Fernandez, 239 out of 299 on the purple magenta lava lamp for the Cardinals. I'm gonna do the price list right after I'm done breaking, Chris. We have Blanco, France, Snell, Rafaela, Gunnar Henderson, Kolick, and then I'll actually load the price list in. Well, Rodney gets to work at 10. I'll probably load the price list in tonight then. We have Nastrini, Addison Barger, Jankowski, and Rosario. We have Jackson Holiday, Rosario, Yoshida, Hurtubis, Jackson Churio, Clayton Beater. They told me at work today that they're going to give me more responsibility, and my annual review's coming up, so they better pay me more. I'm leaving. I'll just go find another job and send a different office and not do jack shit. We have Mitchell Parker, Luis Gill, Kiermaier, Harrison, Devers, Eflin, Rivas, Evan Carter, Christian Scott, Knack, Podges, Cease, Imanaga, Joey Estes, De La Cruz, Urshela, and Yamamoto. Because the break on Fanatics Live is going to be slightly different than the break in the Facebook group. Oh, I'm not getting a promotion. They just told me I got to do more work because they promoted somebody else, so I got to backfill all of her shit until they find her replacement. So, yeah, fuck that. No, I'm gonna do it's only mixers. For Gilded, I'm only running mixers unless they magically load more cases in my profile tomorrow for the break account, so that I know I'm getting more. I'm only doing mixers, but it's going to be probably just it's going to be slightly different. The break group for sure is 2 jumbos of update, Chrome update, 2 jumbos of regular Chrome, and a box of gilded. On the app, it's going to be 1 breaker. It's going to be at least a breaker, it's the light, and a gilded box. But I think I'm going to have another box. I'm just not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I might go a hobby, a Chrome, and a hobby, a Chrome update. So like a hobby of regular Chrome, hobby of Chrome update, gilded, and then a breaker's the light from Chrome update is what I might do on the Fanatics Live app. It seems like guys really like the breakers the light a lot on Fanatics Live. From what I was looking at other people, that's just what they have. We have Soderstrom, Williams, Wynn, Anthony Volpe, Hurtubis, Ahmad Rosario, Frelick, Jordan Beck. We have Luis Gill, Luciano, Polanco, Freddie Freeman. We're going to have Zach Eflin, Leo Rivas, Martin Perez, Morel, and Adam Duvall. Trey Lipscomb, Jung, Jackson Merrill, Brian De La Cruz, Landon Knack, Shenton, Pages, Garcia, Pilar. Behind Pilar is Joey Loperfido. A 118 out of 399. One of those rare guys, kind of like Gabriel Moreno, the 2 years ago. Where was he? 2 years? Was he last year or 2 years? He's last year, right? Where he was like Blue Jays in his debut card, but he was in Diamondbacks in his update. We have Lugo, Estes, Daniel Hudson, Soto, Oliver Dunn, Rivera, Pages. We have Masataka Yoshida, Hurtubis, Simber, Vanasco, Jared Jones, Luis Gill, Paul Skeens, Blackburn, Trey Turner, Rivas, Hayes, Dylan Lee, and Urshela. Christopher Morel, Emmett Sheehan, Paredes, Raggins, Daryl Hernandez, Jared Jones, Lamont Wade Jr., Imanaga on the All-Star game, Christian Scott, Matt Sauer, Beck, Churio, Blanco, Gavin Williams. We're going to have Paredes. It's going to be a 1 out of 250. This man has been on like 4 teams in the last like 3 years. Yeah, they traded for Dalton Varsho. We have Addison Barger, Junior Caminero, Austin Martin, and Cade Smith. We have Zach Wheeler, Jared Jones, Victor Scott II, Graham Polly, Dylan Cease, Rodriguez, Brian Hudson. I have Bellinger, Bichette, Rivas, Foscue, Andrew Abbott, 113 out of 150 for the Reds. Didn't have a bad year for the Reds. I just don't think he lived up to what they thought he was going to be this year. Richard, just different boxes because I don't have a ton of jumbo update. We have Verdugo, Efling, Leisure, Espinal, Yordan Alvarez, De La Cruz, Knack, Pook, Lane Thomas, Estes, Flaherty, Parker, Evan Carter, Oliver Dunn, Lugo, Munoz, and Evan Carter. Going to put his 4 boxes through. Let me actually put all these down here. Get a bin next to me. Yeah, the cases, the hobby cases are either hot and heavy or slow. Not really in between. That's the only upside to Breakers of Light, except Breakers of Light, there's literally cases where people don't, like, some people don't even get a card. All I ask, not all I ask, but when Bowman Draft comes out, invite all your buddies that are into Bowman, so. Phil Bowman breaks. Into box 5. Didn't miss anything crazy, Brian. Did you see the Jason Dominguez out of 10? If you saw that, you haven't seen anything crazy since then. Well, Bowman Draft, what's special about Bowman Draft is, like, Bowman Draft has the first overall pick, so Travis Bazzana in it, his first cards ever. It just has a lot of dudes that end up making it to the pros because they're investing millions of dollars in the first rounders. It's the product that had Paul Skeens first in it, the product that had Adley Rutschman's first in it, Gunnar Henderson's first in it. Nick Gonzalez. I mean, pretty much any American player is going to be in draft. Or, I mean, I guess it can be in regular Bowman, too. But I mean, I guess you could make that argument. I mean, next year is going to be crazy, though, so. But you know what it reminds me of, Chris? It reminds me of 2020. There was no generational guys in Bowman Draft 2020, and then look at how many good guys came out of that draft class. And you can't even try to say that old man fucking River, the dude for the Cardinals was supposed to be a generational talent. Merrill wasn't supposed to be a generational talent, and he wasn't even chased in draft because they had the wrong picture, because they had old boy that batted before him in perfect game. We have Loper, Fido, Harrison, and I know that because he's local. We have Churio, Aaron Judge, Colt Keith, Holton, Kiermaier, Tatis Jr., Blaze Alexander, Dylan Cease, Evan Carter. We have Adley Rutschman, PCA, Podges, Sedene Rafaela, 223 out of 250. In 2021, the big chase was Marcelo Mayer. Torkelson was more like a Rutschman, though. He wasn't supposed to be like, he was supposed to just be a good pro, but he's already old. We're not talking, I wouldn't say that Torkelson was supposed to be generational. We have Suarez, Glasnow, Tang, Urshela, Lugo, Jaloff, Montez, Nunez, and Jackson Churio. But look at the guys that came out of 2020. No, the chase was Marcelo Mayer. It was, Mayer was the chase. That was the most expensive card. Then Lawler. Henry Davis was probably the third or fourth chase, especially after like initial release. People don't chase catchers. Come on now. We have Carrasco, Wenzel, Freddie Freeman, Colt Keith, J.P. France, Smith Sauver. Somebody called that. We have Jung-Hoo Lee on the Chrome Rookie Lava Lamp Autograph Aqua Blue, which is going to be out of 175, I believe, on the Mr. Lee. Oh, yeah, for sure. They're all going to be in draft. I mean, that's what makes draft good, right? Is you can get teams that aren't great. We have Hudson, Kolick, Rodriguez, Rogers. For instance, if you were chasing the Rangers in 2020 Bowman Draft, you probably got a bunch of Evan Carters. We have Stram, Mason Black, Kakichi, Margot, Clayton Beater, Paguero, Rosario, Kierstead, Skeens, Hauser, Mitch, Holiday, and Holiday. You probably were chasing. I'm trying to think who the first round pick was for the Rangers. Either way, you weren't chasing Evan Carter, and then you had a bunch of Evan Carters. You have Schumann, Urias, JD Martinez, 49 out of 175. Was that the year that Josh Jung was 2019, and then he was in 2020, regular 2020, right? Or was he a 2019 guy? Period. I'm trying to think who the first round pick for the Rangers was. I was gonna say we pulled a mayor here first. We have Marcus Semien, Eden, the first break that we did too. Velasquez, Hudson, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Carantini, Bubik, Spees, Paul Skeens, Lee, Pauly, Clase, Sosa, Roop, Scott, Bowers, Bohm, Candelario, Fetty, and Sosa. Actually, I have a Marcelo Myers black I gotta sell. Kiermaier, Mats. No, purple, blue. No, it's a blue. I gotta sell. I have a blue. I bought that in a black PCA and something else in a lot. We have Wyatt Langford, Michael Harris II, Trevino, Ellie De La Cruz, Yamamoto, Rodriguez, Myers, Rafaela Jankowski, Sale, Cannon, Jimenez, Blake Snell, Nunez. We have Turner, Nastrini, Correa, Corbin Carroll, Stratton, Kopech, Matsui, and Kyle Harrison. There you go. I knew there was a no, Foscue was 19, wasn't he? No, he was 2020. Man, Foscue was supposed to be the man because he's a big power hitting third baseman. Him and Jung were supposed to be like the future of the corners for the Rangers. They were supposed to be the cornerstone to that team. Either way, nobody had Evan Carter being an elite player because he's already like 21 whenever he was drafted, right? So, second rounder in his 20s. I mean, obviously, Evan Carter is great, but I think he also had back problems already in college, right? There's also just some guys that like a guy that's like no one's even talking about that'll probably get talked about next year because I think he'll actually be up with the Pirates middle of the year. I don't want to talk about Maximo Acosta, all right? That's a Bowman 2021 guy that nobody wants to talk. That whole box, Bowman 2021 is just dog shit in general. Austin Martin and fucking Blaze Jordan. Makes me want to fucking vomit. No. Carter was a second rounder. I don't have my phone on me. Where the fuck is my phone at? Oh, it's right here. Need that in case the wife needs an emergency. Let's see. I'm pretty sure, dude. I could be wrong, Chris. You might be right, but let me check. I thought for sure he was. No, you're right. He was out of high school. I thought he wasn't out of high school. He was a second rounder though. I know the rounds of guys because I do a shit ton of research, but sometimes I'll mess up their high school or college because for draft, I think it's for a guy's first Bowman. Like unless he's going to be like 25 when he gets called up. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of Justin Foscue is who I'm thinking of because I think Justin Foscue is like 25 or 26 right now. No, Sam Huff is a guy that got fucked by that organization. That's what Sam Huff is. Every time he gets called up, he bats like 400, and they're like, we're gonna go with Jonah Heim. Sorry, bud. I didn't say Foscue had a bunch of hype around him right now. Just depends if his back can get healthy. There's other guys that have had back or leg or problems. We have Jared Jones, Matsui, Turner, Jackson Holiday, Rosario, Soderstrom, Urias, Austin Wells, Hurtubise. We have Dakota Hudson, Schumann. We have Rivas, Gill, Spies, Garver, Clase, Bubik. We're going to have Francisco Lindor, Podges, Knack, Eflin, Bowers, and McCann. We have Christian Scott, Emmett Sheehan on the negative, Heston Kierstad. This was a guy that was hyped up, and then he had all those heart issues. 75 out of 175 on the Aqua Blue Lava Lamp. For the O's, so we go to Casey. We have Emmett Sheehan on the negative for the Dodgers. We have Profar, Estes, De La Cruz, Fetty, Kwan, Lugo, Aaron Getty, Manzardo, Matt McLean, Simber, Dunn, Alexander, Churio, Wynn, Marte, Cruz, Kyle Tucker, J.P. France, Joey Gallo, Eloy Jimenez, and Giolito. We're going to have Barger, Montez, Wang, Duran, Jones, Morel, Wyatt Langford, Jackson Merrill, Hernaz, Yamamoto, Jackson Merrill again, Colton Cowser, Scott Jankowski. We're going to have Emmett Sheehan. We have a 37 out of 250 on the purple. I still think Henry Davis is going to be a good professional player. I think when they move him to the outfield, I think this guy will actually take off. I think he won't have to focus on trying to catch and just can go in there and hit and do whatever else. We have Blanco, Snell, Rafaela, Arrays, Caminero, Nastrini, Myers, and Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jackson Holiday, Eddie Rosario, Fernando Tatis, Henderson Nunez, Jackson Churio, Drew Rom for the Cardinals, going to go to Brian. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that Tulo and Lincecum for the Giants pitcher. We have Barossa, Sosa, Kiermaier, Kyle Harrison, Naylor, Rogers, Leiter, Carter, Provar, Podges, Cease. We're going to have Aaron Judge on the Stratospheric Stars. If they could have just stayed healthy for maybe another 5 years each, that they'd be Hall of Famers, but they just couldn't. They just couldn't stay healthy. I mean, Jason Minguez, Lane Thomas, Fernandez, Urshela, and Jordan Beck. I mean, that's part of baseball in general. I mean, that's just part of baseball in general. Is it's such a grueling sport, not in the sense of like physicality, like it's not like a football, but it's just like such a long season. Yeah, but I don't like the Paul Skeens and Strasburg comparison because I don't think Strasburg was as good of a professional as Skeens has even been in his first year. like overall he had really good seasons, but I don't think, unless I'm wrong, maybe I wasn't. Obviously, I was younger when Strasburg got called up, so I don't remember, and I was overseas, so I didn't watch a ton of baseball because that's whenever I was either in Mississippi the first like year, and then I was over in Portugal, so I didn't watch a ton of baseball. And but if I remember right, like he had issues. Like even before he got in the pros with his shoulder, if I'm not mistaken, like there was always problems with his arm from a young age. We have Provar, Beck, Verdugo, Podges, Garver, Davis, Manzardo. One of the few trades that the Rays might have actually lost is Kyle Manzardo here for the Guardians. Pretty decent player for what he is. We have Lamont Wade Jr., Churio, McCann, Chisholm Jr., kind of like a Keith Hernandez, not a power hitting first baseman, just an on-base guy. Giolito, Neck, Ben Brown, Carrasco, Wenzel, McLean, Varland, and Blake Walston. AJ Smith-Sauver, Spees, Beater, Rodriguez, Rogers, Clase, Nunez, Suarez, Margot, Adley, Rutschman, Sosa, Rosario, Kierstad, Holiday, Rogers, Leiter, Jackson, Holiday, De La Cruz. We're going to have Fernandez, Harrison, Churio, Reynolds, Lane Thomas, Kiermaier, Blanco, and Bubic. Skeens, Barossa, Eminaga, Will Smith, Merrill, Colt Keith, Austin Wells, CJ Abrams. We're going to have Abbott, Arrays, Bellinger, Jackson Holiday, Holiday again, Caballero, Travis Jankowski, 24 out of 250 on the true purple for the Rangers. Go to Mark. We have Eflin, Manzardo, Soler, Shiano, Mauricio, Gasser, Christian Scott, Dakota Hudson, and Arosa Reyna. Vanasco, Rivera, Jason Dominguez, Taylor, Blackburn. There we go. Vladdy Jr., 24 out of 50 on the gold. Pulled a couple of his autographs. All-Star Game autograph. Go to William Bridges. We have Emmett Sheehan, Ortiz, Hayes, Paul Skeens, Glasnow, Hedges, Rodriguez, Ramos, Rivas, Tyler Black, Ottavino. We have Wyatt Langford on the Stratospheric Stars. For the Rangers, my goodness. Struggling with life. We have Colton Cowser, O'Neill, Martin, Perez, and Max Schumann. Try to get too cute there. Should just land it in there. I guess that's what you got to do sometimes. Into the next hobby box. Be hobby box 8. Put it 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, but Chris, that conversation we were having earlier about Filth Bomb, I don't understand. So that's one of the things that I never understood is why the faces of the brand, like for instance, like Filth Bomb Mike or whoever. I don't understand why, like, the actual guy that builds the group ever stops breaking. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm sure if I stop breaking, you guys would still break with Rodney or whatever, but A, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying in general, like, it never made sense to me why guys get off camera whenever they're the ones that built the brand. Like, those are the guys that the people that are in breaks want to break with, typically speaking. So I don't understand why guys will build up their company and then get off camera. It never made any. It just never makes any sense to me. Also, what's the point on being a breaker, owning a break company, or owning a brick and mortar store, especially breaking? Like, if you're not going to get to open packs or deal with customers, what's the fucking point on being in the industry? Like in reality, like, if you're not, I don't understand. I don't get it, man. But I feel like Mike wasn't on camera as much because he had all those people from East West working for him or underneath him or whatever. We have Ronnie Mauricio, Dylan Cease, Evan Carter, Lee, Provar, Podges, Parker Meadows for the Tigers. Gonna go with a Patrick Seidel. We have Soler, Davis, Tang, Urshela, Sale, Churio, Garver, Montes, Sosa, Merrill, Langford. We have Jackson, Holly, and a Stratospheric Stars. Hopefully he ends up being a Stratospheric Star. That'd be nice. Got a few of his cards I'd like to sell if he can get his shit together. Would be real nice if he could do that for me. Or for anybody else that has cards in it wouldn't like. I mean, I just want to be successful in general. I feel like a lot of pressure. We have Michael Harris, Podges, Langford, Yamamoto, and Jackson Holiday. Yeah, that's only because Rodney pulls you all the good cards. We have Ben Brown, Rafaela, Jankowski, Semyon, Varlin, Walston, Snell, Guerrero Jr., Justin Turner, Nastrini, Cole, Freeman, Beater, Matsui. We have Wyatt Langford, 73 out of 99 on his debut green. Debuted this year. We're going to have Jack Leiter, Suarez, Schumann, Urias, Bowman, Nunez, Hudson, Cam Eden, Jackson Churio. We have Sosa, Bubik, Spees, Jackson Churio, Trevin Rogers, Jack Leiter, another Kyle Manzardo. Double all-edge rookie rush here for the guards. That's going to be Austin Fishback. Doubling up on the Manzardo. Robert Gasser, Fernandez, Bowers, Clase, Scooball, Barger, Lane Thomas, Christian Scott, Rogers, Morrell, Kyle Manzardo, Fetty, Langford, Hernaz, Jones, Aaron Getty, Harrison, Scott, Cruz, and Blaze Alexander. I really do think that Topps missed out a big opportunity with the home field advantages, too, because the home field advantages in Chrome look very, very nice. Suarez, Caminero, Blanco, Marte, Bobby Witt Jr., Jared Jones, Gallo. There we go. 45 out of 99. Mookie Betts, Celebration. Yeah, it's not Spanish. It's French this time around. Actually, I think it is actually a French word. Is this Spanish or French? Nice hit out of 99. Going to I don't even know who has the Dodgers. Going to Philip Lemons. Nice hit right there. Hernandez, Rosario, Soderstrom, Lee, Fernandez, Hurtubis, Westberg, Lorenzen, Ramirez, Gill, Chapman, Carantini, and Kiermaier. Dude, that's a nice hit though, Adam. That probably pays for the hobby box or close to it. Assuming you got, do you get a hobby box from Topps when it released, or do you get a hobby box like after the prices went up? Because if you got it before when it was like $1.99, that probably paid for the box in a little bit. We got a 5-carder right there. Dude, that pack is thick. I was hoping it was thick for another reason, but I guess they would have been a redemption anyways. Thick one with only 4 cards in there. Must have an auto or a parallel in it. Different side thing. All right, we got Duval. Lipscomb, all etch, Lindor, Hernandez, JD Martinez, Shenton, Pilar. Yeah, Camargo. Big hit here for the Twins. 38 out of 499. Definitely going to pay for the whole case with this big dog right here. Going to Richard, we have Leisure, Mauricio, Hudson, Garcia, Freeman, Davis, Provar, Podges, Barger, Vernasco, Rivera. We're going to have a Stratospheric Star in every box, apparently. Stratospheric Stars, which I'm not complaining about. Ohtani. Go to the Dodgers. We have Jackson Churio, Garver, Blackburn, Tang, Langford, Hayes, Skeens, Alonso, Ben Brown, Podges, Ramos, Soto, Walston, Black, Ottavino, Evan Carter, Varland, Wenzel Perez, Evan Carter on the blue Ray Wave, 74 out of 150 for the Rangers. His debut on the 9/8/2023. Then obviously that great playoff run. Christopher Morel, Beater, Barossa, Imanaga. We have Trey Turner, Suarez, Wells, Fernandez, and Frankie Montes. We have Nunez, Andrew Abbott, Arrays, Jackson Churio, Jack Leiter, Sosa, Caballero, Pook, Rogers, Soler, Shiano, Ohtani, Lane Thomas, Fernandez, Gasser, Jared Jones, Beck, Verdugo, Alvarez, Volpe, Morel, Barger, Chisholm Jr., Wyatt Langford on the refractor. Giolito. Have McCann. Behind McCann is Brandon Crawford for the Cardinals. 28 out of 50. You can't avoid Brandon Crawford even if you want to, Bryant. Yeah, you better take him as a Giants fan and love it. Perez, Hernandez, Jared Jones, Wenzel, Riley, Green, Scott, Smith, Sauver, Carrasco, Jackson, Merrill, Junior Caminero, Blanco, Rogers, Hernaz, Jared Jones, Margot, Rodriguez, Ellie De La Cruz, Soderstrom, Kierstad, Lane Thomas, and Jackson Merrill. Nope, he said, that man said, I'm a Giant for life. You have to collect me. You don't have a choice. to box 10. Sounds like Matt Carpenter on some teams lately too, man. Like some of those guys are such clutch guys for their team for a long time and then just end up not being clutch. Like, Alright, we have CES, Paredes, Munoz, Freeman, Cowser, Crawford, Sheehan, Espinal, Sanchez, Beck, Wade Jr., Alvarez, Rosarena, Black, Sauer, Fernandez, Taylor, Cade Smith, Gavin Williams, Jackson Churio. We have Rodriguez, Joey Ortiz, and Austin Martin. Gonna have Podges, Hedges, Victor Scott II, photo variation for the Orioles. Jackson Holiday. I sit there for Casey. We got Raggins, O'Neal, Martin, Wynn. I have Shota Imanaga, Paul Skeens, Frelick, Williams, Langford, Merrill, Colt Keith, Polanco, Thomas, Holiday, Luciano, Alex Jacob, Manzardo, Perez, Rogers, and Urshela. The negative Alec. It was Alec, not Alex. Yeah. He reminds me of the people from The Grinch. The Whovillians or whatever they are. We have Dominguez, Hudson, Chapman, Suarez, Scott II, Adahar, Rodriguez, Witt Jr., Espinal, Foscue, Tatis Jr., Lee, Slayton, Leisure, Jordan Leisure again, 141 out of 199 on the Aqua. Let's go to the White Sox. We have Rogers, Lawler, Parker, Pook, Ramirez, Soto, Flaherty, Jack Leiter, and Dylan Cease. We got Alec Jacob, Aaron Getty, Manzardo, Witt Jr., Gavin Stone, Blaze Alexander, Jordan Balasovic for the Twins. You want to talk about a guy that was supposed to be great. 196 out of 199 on the Aqua Wave. Going to go to the Twins and Richard. Foscue, Loperfido, Marte, Cruz, Harris, Pham, Gallo, Jack Leiter, Asuna, Lorenzen, Lee, Ellie, Woods Richardson, Uwasawa, Westberg, and Evan Carter. That was another guy that was hyped up a lot, Balasovic, and just never. I I don't know if he had arm injuries or he just struggled through the minors. I remember he was supposed to be a top guy. Box 11. And then even with Gilder, we'll probably be on the mixer train for until Bowman. Well, Bowman Chrome football will come out. Also be running baseball mixers. But I think we're going to be on the mixer train for a little bit till Bowman draft comes out. I don't think anything else releases because they backed up. So Triple Threads was supposed to release at the end of the month. They backed that up. But I think we're just going to run different size mixers, random, pick your team. How do you guys feel? I guess the question is I got to ask you guys. How do you guys feel in mixers? What I mean, I probably do them more for random just because it's easier to price. How do you guys feel about mixers that have Bowman product in it and like Topps product? As in like Bowman, let's say Bowman Chrome with some Topps Chrome. You guys okay with that? I know some people are like so anti-prospects. Yeah, posting Gilded tomorrow. At least one break of it. So if I'm going to post it at 12. It's going to post at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll have a price preview and everything in the morning. If it fills quickly, I will have a second break ready to go. That'll be slightly different for the 6 o'clock slot time to drop if we're really close to filling. It's not going to be a full case. They only gave me 2 cases, so can't go full case. I want to give everybody a chance to get in Gilded. If I run a full case, even though I ran a full case in a mixer and a case with mixers, it still limits like the people that have a chance to even get in Gilded breaks. Try to be as equal opportunity as possible. Give the most chances to people. We have Sanchez, Chisholm Jr., Beck, Paul Skeens, Arozarena, Black, McCann, Shiano, Samad Taylor, Wenzel, Giolito, Stram, Rodriguez, Ortiz, Carrasco, Suarez, Rogers, A.J. Smith-Sauver. We have Arenado, Witt, Martin, Hedges, Rodriguez, Kierstad, Margot. We have Tyler Black, Manuel Margot again for the Twins on the blue Aqua Lava Lamp. It's a 6-box case, Brian. We're going to have Judge, Skeens, O'Neal, Kierstad, Tatis Jr., Keith, Holiday, Rosario, Ellie De La Cruz, Holiday, Merrill, Churio, Nunez. We have Manzardo, Harrison, Wade Jr., Lugo, Martinez, Kiermaier, Velasquez, and Rosario. I'm also going to run, tonight I'll run the Veterans Day giveaway, which I'm sorry that I've been taking forever. Every time I go run it, I literally get caught up. Like, I went to go walk out of my office 4 times in the last 2 days to run the thing. Scott II, Barossa, Imanaga, and literally someone calls me like I had to sit down and have a meeting talking about, hey, you're going to be taking over all this shit. Lawler, Slayton, Austin, Wells, Yelich, Soto, Arrays, Caballero. We have Abbott, Corbin Carroll, CES, Shiano. We have Christian Scott, 132 out of 299 on the purple magenta lava lamp. We have Clayton Beater, Crawford, Gasser, Soler, Bryce Harper, Cowser, Verdugo, Stratton, and Margot. Vanasco, Rivera, Harper, Skeens, Tommy Pham, Blackburn, Yanner Diaz for the Astros, 7 out of 199. He really came into his own this past year, too. They let him catch a little bit more. It's less than that. Oh, yeah, it is only 30 cards. You're right. 5 cards per. Well, that's what I mean. In a 6-box case, a lot of people can skunk. Yes, Gilded will be in mixers. We have Caballero, Brett Harris, Hayes, Paul Skeens, Rutschman, Uwasawa, Azuna, Ramos, Varland, Richardson, Black, Ottavino, Rutschman, Andahar. We're going to have Dominguez, Perez, and Randy Rodriguez. It'll be like the first break in the Facebook group tomorrow is going to be 1 Gilded box, 2 Topps Chrome Update Jumbos, and 2 Topps Chrome Jumbos. So it'll be a 5-box break. That'll be 2 autographs per Gilded, right? And in case plus the base or variation smaller one. So it'll be 12 plus 2, 14 autographs. Trust me, I was going to say, Chris is right there with you. Chris is like, fuck this mixer stuff. I want cases. It's going to be PYT. Gilded was pretty fun last year. I mean, the cards are just gorgeous looking. I haven't looked at the design this year. Last box here. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully we get something nasty in the last box. I have Soto, Duvall, Lipscomb, Machado, CES, Shenton, Jacob Young, 322 out of 499. That killed the suspense of the last box. Going to the Nationals. Oh, was Gilded that much? Yeah, Gilded was pricey last year. We have Perez, Crawford, Garcia, Pilar, Green, Sanchez, Colton Cowser, Hudson, Jackson Merrill, Black, Rivera, and Pages. The only year that Gilded wasn't that much was the first year. I think the first year was like 300. It was $3.99 the first year, but it was like super limited. They only had it in the break program, so it was really hard to get. And a few on the website. Like, we didn't give it to any hobby shops. We have Junior Caminero and Future Stars, Taylor, Rosarena, Vanasco, Shiano, Ortiz, Skeens, Blackburn, Ellie De La Cruz, Hedges, Rodriguez, Hayes, Devers, Ottavino, Ramos, Correa, McCutcheon, Martin, Tyler Black, Jackson Merrill on the green, 51 out of 99, going to go to Chris. You did get a Victor Scott Green, too. Doesn't make it any better. We have Kyle Manzardo, O'Neill, Eminaga, Perez, Crochet, Skeens, Barossa, Ellie, and Soler. We have Churio, Wenzel, Giolito, Gunnar Henderson, Pages, Wyatt Langford, Carrasco, Marte, Ben Brown, Smith Saver, Shiano, Justin Steele, Varland, Walston, Rogers, Mauricio, Beater, Margot, Rodriguez, Miller, Suarez, Kierstead, Trevino, and Verdugo. Keith, Arrays, Wells, and PCA. We have Jackson Holiday, Jackson Merrill, Andrew Abbott, Shota Managa, Manzardo, Robert Gasser, Soler, Burns, Ronnie Mauricio, JD Martinez, Verdugo, JD Martinez again, Provar, Chisholm Jr., Jordan Beck, Yamamoto, Mitch Garver, Davis, McCann, and Robert Gasser. So a quick recap of the hits. Congratulations for those that did hit. For those that didn't, hopefully you have better luck next time. And I kind of agree, Casey, wasn't the best autographs. But the parallels and short prints were pretty good. We have Jackson Merrill on the green. We have Christian Scott on the purple magenta lava lamp. Wade Jr. on the negative. Margot on the aqua blue lava lamp. Leisure on the aqua. Jacob on the negative. Crawford on the gold. Evan Carter on the blue Ray Wave. Shohei Ohtani on the stratospheric stars. Kyle Manzardo on all etch rookie rush. We have Wyatt Langford on the green, Tang on the blue-green lava lamp, stratospheric stars, Wyatt Langford, Jankowski on the purple, stratospheric stars, Judge, Emmett Sheehan on the purple, Emmett Sheehan on the negative, Kierstead on the aqua blue lava lamp, Martinez on the aqua blue lava lamp, Paredes on the purple, Loper Fido, magenta purple lava lamp for Fernandez, and Gavin Stone on the negative. Getting into the autographs, we're going to have Jacob Young on the refractor, Diaz on the aqua wave. We have Balasovic on the aqua wave. We have Camargo on the refractor, Rom on the base. We have Parker Meadow on the base autograph. We have Laddie Jr. on the All-Star Game gold. We have Clayton Beater on the base autograph. Then we're going to have Jung-Hoo Lee on the aqua blue parallel. Auto, we have Raphael on the purple, Manzardo on the aqua blue lava lamp, Victor Scott on the green, Brian Wu on the purple speckle, Nick Gonzalez purple speckle, Andrew Abbott on the true blue, stratospheric stars, Jackson Holiday, all etch rookie rush, Manzardo, Jordan Beck on the radiating rookies. Yeah, Rom is a Cardinal. We're going to have Jason Dominguez on the black out of 10 on the stratospheric stars, Jackson Holiday on the photo variation, and the celebration going to the Dodgers on the Mookie Betts. Which these are like cool, pretty rare inserts. That's going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night. Be safe. Like I said, tomorrow, Gilded. I'll probably do the interest, post or like the breaks dropping post at like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and then the break will post at 12 p.m. Oh, shit. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we fill that one pretty well, I'll have a second mixer ready to go that'll have a box of Gilded in it as well. That'll drop at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'll make that announcement. If it's not going well, I'm not going to drop a second break. There will also be a mixer on Fanatics Live that has Gilded in it as well if you want to check out the Fanatics Live channel. Rodney will be breaking there from 11 to about like 5:30. He's on there Tuesday through Saturday every single day. I'm going to start being on there at night after I'm done with the breaks in Facebook, which means I won't really be on there at a standard time. I'm just going to take Rodney's show and just start it whenever I'm done. But I have to get the camera and shit set up at my house. That's really the big issue. Until I get to the new shop, I'm going to have to get a camera set up. But I don't know if it's acceptable to pretty much have my fat ass on a side view. Obviously, it'd be my face while we're filling, but when I'm breaking, you would kind of just see me from the side breaking, and I don't know if that's acceptable or not to Fanatics Live. I asked my rep, and he hasn't got back to me. Because there's really no other place to get like a straight-up face camera, just based on like the wall I'm working with in my basement without like putting a hole in my wall or building a shelf or some shit. But I appreciate y'all as always. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. I will catch y'all later.